So it was really confusing being raised Catholic by an atheist. My parents sent me to Catholic school. You had to wear uniforms, the whole deal. And you're told all these rules about what gets you into heaven and what gets you into hell. And I knew based on those rules, there was no way my dad was getting into heaven. One time I was getting in trouble. He sent me to my room and I'm crying and crying and crying and getting no attention. So the next phase is you go down onto the staircase and you weep between the stair rails. Still no attention. And I thought, okay, so I'm going to pray. So I start, in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son. God, please forgive my father. Please let my father get into heaven even though he's a heathen. And I peek through the railings and I can see that my parents' shoulders are shaking, because they're laughing and they're trying to hide it at the table. And then my dad comes over and he's like, I don't want to get into heaven. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he says to me, heaven is so boring. It's all these angels, they're up on the clouds, they're strumming harps for eternity. That is so boring. But hell is where all the gypsies are. Everybody's drinking red wine, there's bonfires, everybody's dancing. Hell is where I want to be. My dad's mom was total atheist. And her minister, she went to church every Sunday, but she didn't believe any of it. She just went to socialize, which really upset her minister. I remember this one time, I'm in Transylvania and I take her to the market. And she's holding on to my arm and we're tottering about and the market is really busy, and there are vendors everywhere, the food market. And all of a sudden we see these two Orthodox nuns and my grandmother grabs my arm and she's like, look over there. And I look over and I see the Orthodox nuns but she's already going deaf, right? So she thinks she's talking quietly and she goes, whores! And the nuns both look over and they're horrified. My grandmother really believed that if you became a nun, it was because you were a loose woman.